Hello, everyone, and welcome to. I so want to say another Miniature Monday, but that's not what this is at all. Welcome to the first ever just plain painting in place. Our first bit on Twitch, which I'm sitting here going, okay, I've got that set up, I've got this set up. I'm pretty sure I've got everything set up. This being my first Twitch stream ever, let me know in the chat if you can see me, if you can hear me. That'll definitely be helpful. But here we go. I hope that you are all having a lovely Saturday. Let's see. Haha, you can see and hear. Fire Garnet Snick. Hello. Ooh, let me move this so I can actually see everyone. Oh, this is great. I can see chat in my recording program. Oh, this makes my life just so lovely. Well, hello. Perfect. Oh, I'm gonna have to relearn everyone's names because you're all gonna show up different here. So yes, I hope that. Oh, good. Ben, great to see you. I'm guessing that's you, Ben. I'm pretty sure I know your name. Fire trucks are going by. Pay no attention to that. But yeah, so I hope that everyone is having a lovely Saturday afternoon. Lazy Gothy, hello. Great to see you as well. Oh my gosh, this is working. I'm so happy. I will 100% admit I had gotten used to YouTube streaming and I had everything set up to just sit down and click, 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 and here we go. But making sure we had everything ready for Twitch was it definitely had me a little nervous, but that's okay. Dave, great to see you. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you all so much for joining and being a part of this. So first and foremost, I'm pretty sure. Well, let's get announcements out of the way. Do I have any announcements? My goodness. Not much to go on. Yeah. Oh, so once our live stream is finished here, as always, I'm going to be popping over to our Discord to hang out there and do kind of a post-show decompression hangout. If anyone has any more like questions that they want to ask me while I'm not working, you can do so over there. At the moment, our Discord is open to our patrons. Just all of that normal stuff. Like, comment, subscribe, follow now, I guess. And I guess away we go. So we had a vote going on for what mini would be painted here on Twitch. Ah, Eric, haha. That's gonna see. This is gonna be so much easier to figure you all out now. So yes, we had a poll going both on Facebook and on Instagram about which mini would be posted or would be worked on here on Twitch, and the votes are in. And the winner, oh no, let me go ahead and switch over. But ding, there we go. The winner is the Dark Elf on the Throne. So this is the mini that we're going to be working on. This has a lot of wonderful detail to it. This is from Reaper. I forget exactly which Kickstarter it came from, but this has been released into their standard set now. Dave, I highly recommend. This is a beautiful piece. I already have a lot of ideas as to what I would like to do for this and how we're going to work on it. But there are going to be a few things that we're going to have to take care of. This piece comes, at least when I got it as part of the Kickstarter, not as part of its released bit. So there are some details on here that are going to need more cleaning than if you were to buy it straight from the set. And when I got it, it came in 4 different parts. So this large spider thing, I had already glued it onto the back. This comes in separate. And then this part here, the Drow Queen herself actually comes off. And when I got her, her legs had not been attached. As you can see, I have attached those. Those aren't going anywhere. But we do still have a little bit going on here where we've got the peg and the socket in her to have her attach. But here's the deal. I don't like this. I do not like that. Once she is set in there, this piece is permanently going to have her in this throne. Um, I typically use minis when my party has a fight start to happen. I don't put maps on the table unless they need to be used tactically, and the reason that I do this is because I find once a map goes down, players tend to focus more on it than to each other and the story. As I run D&D as a means to tell a fantastic improv story with people involved that happens to have some wonderful tactical play to it as well. I try and merge both worlds as best as I can. But here's the deal: if I put this on the table, as the party enters the throne room and they're having a talk with the queen on this throne, um, I might put this on the table with the queen on the throne for the party to talk to. I might add that sort of tactical feel to the room. And then let's say the party decides, oh, things are not going well, we're going to start a fight and we're going to attack the queen. Well, now the queen can't get off of her throne. I'm not going to sit around and go, all right, well, the queen moves 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. What do you do? Like that's going to be silly. So I want to try something here. I've never done this before. I've got a bunch of tools and pieces laid out. We are going to remove this peg from the throne, and we're going to put a hole in there. And then we're going to use a combination of green stuff as well as magnets to allow for the queen to be removable from the base. This way, if the queen is sitting here in the throne room and is having a conversation, and the party says something that they maybe don't, the queen doesn't like at all, I can have her come off of the throne and put a different mini on the table that is painted the same as this mini, to then be the queen and to start combat. So I think that's what we're going to do. So there's actually going to be a lot of work involved in this, even before we get to painting. I thought about it. I thought, well, I could paint this and then deal with the holes. But to be honest, I think it's just going to be simpler and less of a hassle if I take care of this first, and then fix things or paint things after that is done. So I think first things first, what I want to do, oh boy, I don't even know where to start from here. Let's start with a little bit of cleanup. I've got myself a nice and sharp X-Acto knife here, and there are some mold lines on this piece. If you can see here, running all along the edge, you can see as the model was being injected into its mold. This is where the mold kind of connected. So first things first, we really need to clean this up. And the way that I've been told to do this is to take an X-Acto and essentially just go straight down, and with the blade of it, run along the edge like so. So I'm not trying to cut into it. I'm just trying to use the sharp of the blade and then use that to just essentially grind away at the plastic itself. Now, I will also admit that as I do this, I do get a little impatient. So I will sometimes find some areas and go, okay, well, we really need to we need to hurry this along, and I will actually start cutting in and trying to get a bit of a more carving motion out of it. The other thing that might help, actually, this is kind of an old X-Acto blade. It's still fairly sharp, but I think I should probably go ahead and replace it and get a new one out of here. I also know that there are some blades that you can get, or at least tools that you can get, that are designed specifically to do this. They are made for you to clean up mold lines. And I've never used any. Oh man, that's already going so much faster. I've never used any of those. So I want to ask you all, have you? Have you do you use a specific tool other than just ye olde generic sharp blade to clean up any of these mold lines? Do you just use this technique? Or do you say, screw it, mold lines are fine, I'm just gonna go ahead and paint over them. I'm sure everyone is loving this sound right here. Now, actually, one thing I will say while we're doing this, because, you know, this is quality content right here. I know I've promised everyone close-up pictures of Esmeralda's cart, because, my goodness, it's been a while since we finished that. And I do want to tell you, I have those pictures taken. I actually have a post ready to go on Instagram lined up here. I just got to give it a description. So as soon as we're done here today, that post will be going live on Instagram. You can see close-up images of Esmeralda's cart. You can see the detail work, in particular on the text. I'm pretty proud of that, to be perfectly honest. So you'll be able to see close-up images. I'm sorry that I haven't gotten those out earlier. We ended up having some... our meetings this week ended up lasting a little bit longer than expected. But, you know, good reasons. It's all good reasons. Dave, I'm probably not as careful with my X-Acto as I should be. You know, I am the same way. Ooh, there's a place that's going to need to be filled. Luckily, we have green stuff to work with. I definitely go a little too much to town here, like even right here. Oh boy, oh boy. I'm a little too cavalier with my X-Actoing. Man, you know what? Even as I say that, I'm just gonna start getting into some of it right here. Cleanup work is one of those things that, oh boy, takes me forever. And you know, there's a part of me that is definitely debating on just doing this off camera. I don't think you all want to see this. I think you want to see more of the, you know, what we're here to do, which is to get to work on this mini. So you know what? We're gonna do that. Do you like how fickle I am with my work? I'm like, we're gonna do this. No, we're gonna do this. No, we're gonna do this. Okay. First things first. I think we need to clip this off. So I've got myself some flush cutters here. And I think we're going to go ahead and just cut off this peg right here. Wow, that was quite a bit. And I'll go back over this. Actually, no, this is probably one of those things. I don't need to clean this up as I go, because I'm going to be doing a lot more damage to this. I'm going to be removing a lot of material here. So really, I just need to get it to where it needs to be, and then I can clean up. So that's a good start right there. Next thing I think I need to do is figure out what diameter of a hole that I need for this. So I'm going to take the two magnets that I'm going to use, and I need to also make sure that I get their orientation exact. I don't want to be putting this this queen on her throne and she just pops right off, you know? So the way that I'm going to make sure that I know which side is which is I'm going to blacken the... I'm just going to put a dot with an X-Acto knife on the sides that are going to need to go facing essentially down in each of the minis. The bit that's going to be going into the mini. Now I'm sure that that's probably going to rub off here as soon as I try and do anything with this, but you know, I'm going to try and give it a go to start. Come on. Whew. Yeah, already that mark is... Oh wait, no, there it is. It's stuck. Yay! It worked. Oh gosh. Tried to just put the minis, or put the magnets next to each other to have that ink dry, and my goodness, they just flipped right to each other like good magnets. Okay, let's dot 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 dot. This is also reminding me that the table that I'm working on has a little bit of metal in it, so this is doing that. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of proud of myself when I thought about that. Hey, let's do some magnets. I've actually got a few models that I want to do some magnet work with, and this was one of them. So I'm pretty happy that she was chosen as one of the minis to do. So now that I've got those magnets set over there, I've got quite a few of these. We're going to figure out exactly what size hole we need to make, and to do that, well, we're going to get out what every mini painter should have in their arsenal is a set of drill bits. And I'm going to go ahead and pick a set, and I'm going to do my best to line it up with the magnets and get a proper diameter. Now this is going to be a little easier because, well, they stick to it. And that's looking pretty good. Ooh, that's actually looking... I think that's going to be a little snug. So 5/64 is not going to do it, I think. But that was close, so we're just going to move up to... Oh, sorry, that wasn't... Yeah, that was 5/64. Now we're going to move into 3/32. And that looks perfect. So I am attempting to find a proper diameter, and that is looking pretty spot on. Well, it's kind of difficult to see there. So, 3/32, and you know what? We're going to make sure to write that down. Another thing that everyone should have is just a little notepad next to them. Okay. Now I think it's time to drill in. Luckily, I don't need to go too deep in. Ugh, here we go. This is exactly what I thought I was going to need when I started today's Miniature Monday. Or, gosh, no, painting in place. Oh, my goodness. This is what happens when, you know, we do a spin-off, guys. We come up with a name and we can't do anything with it. All right. So... we don't need to go too terribly far in because the magnets aren't all that deep. And gosh darn it, wouldn't you know it, that the drill is just a little bit too big to get a full flush drilling on here. I think we're still going to be able to get something good on here so that you can see. Oh boy. Now, luckily, this Bones plastic is a little flexible. And I'm going to need more than that. All right, come on, throne. There we go. That'll do it. Okay. So we really did not need much. Wow, that is messy. So let's go ahead, clean that up, and see what we're working with now. Ooh. Hand slipped. There we go. So how's everyone's week been so far? Everyone staying, you know, my mantra, safe and sane out there? Well, this week has been fairly laid back here at the tavern. Okay. Well, looks like I need to... Oh, wow. Is that... Looks like I might actually need to go up a size. Okay, good to know. Hey, going up a size is gonna be pretty big. Dave, got a few more papers to grade, then it's time to relax and do some D&D prep. Oh, ain't that the truth? Yes. I forget if I've asked you this, Dave. What is it that you teach? Yep, time to go up a size. So, not 3/30 seconds. We're gonna do 7/64. There we go. So let's go back to it. This feels so weird drilling in history. All right, Dave, you got me. Oh, I have no excuse. I've had my coffee. It is midday. There's no reason for that. I'm just a darn fool. All right, and now that we've cleaned that up, we actually have a good amount of movement. Plastic in my face. So where you should always wear eye protection. I have some. Good week. Celebrated your birthday at work with a lunch. Hey, that's fantastic. When was your birthday, or is your birthday? Let us know. We'll have to. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Magnet just goes flush right up against that. That is fantastic. Oh. Now the problem is getting it out. And that was no problem whatsoever. But here's going to be the thing. I don't want the, on the 26th. Oh, well, hey, wait, what day is, yeah, well, in that case, happy early birthday. I know we're going to have another one of these before your birthday, so, you'll get double dippings on a birthday wish from me. I know it's kind of a sad point, but what were you hoping to do for your birthday? What are you gonna do for your birthday as soon as we're all able to go outside again? I should say that. Might not even need green stuff. That is true. I might not even need the green stuff. Here's the reason why I think I'm still gonna use it though. And not much. I'm probably not gonna use much at all. I want to hide the fact that the magnets are in here. So when I take the mini off, blip, I don't even want people to see. Oh, there was a magnet that was holding her in there. I just want it to be. I want it to be magic. Cool. All right. Well, that's that side that I think is in a pretty good place. Now, unfortunately, the hole on the drow herself is. It's going to need some work. So, back at it again with the drill. Oh, no. You know what? That's making me nervous. It was one thing to drill into this big block that was ready to go into. It's another thing to drill into this much smaller piece. So I have a different tool that should work. What I have here is a little handheld engraver. It's I think I got for Christmas one year because my family knew that I was into crafting and whatnot. But I've definitely found this to be a handy little tool. It rests nicely in your hand, and as you can see, there's a groove here for this button, and you can just... It's kind of like a mini Dremel. It's got a very coarse bit up here. And I think this will be good for here. I'm not sure. We're going to try it out. Oh, I'm sure that sounds amazing. Perfect. that. Yeah, it does kind of sound like going to the dentist, doesn't it? Oh, there's something I should probably do. I feel as though a lot of just standard things that I should be doing during all this time has fallen to the wayside. All right, that little area in there is kind of being a bit of a pain to clean up. So I'm actually going to, this is going to be an interesting thing. I'm going to go back in with the drill bit that we knew wasn't going to work and just use that to kind of dig out some of this by hand. Oh, that did it very well. You know, every tool is a hammer if you use it right. Playing Baldur's Gate 2 on Xbox as soon as the game ships. Oh my goodness, can I say how excited I am for that? Yeah, the trailer looks freaking amazing. And what's great is the trailer came out in one of the groups that I play in. We're playing Storm King's Thunder right now. Uh-oh. Are you... Why are you... Why? All right, let's see what's going on here. Anyway, so we're playing Storm King's Thunder, and one of our players is a Gith. And we had actually just had an issue with some airships. I guess technically they're not airships, but you know what I mean. I just realized I need something that's non-metallic to poke this magnet in. Should have brought some toothpicks. And this will work. Oh, you know what? So anyway, the trailer comes out, and that player, I mean, heck, that player's Emmy. I don't mind telling you all that. Emmy is playing a Gith in our... Oh, come on. In our Storm King game. And, yeah, as soon as that trailer came out, everyone else in the game was like, Emmy! Emmy, look at it! It was pretty freaking epic. So the point is, I too am excited for this game. Oh, yes. And right now that's not going to do anything because okay. I see what you're doing. That's going to be so cool. That's going to work out really well. Ooh, left the X-Acto knife uncovered, which you should never do. I haven't had too many cuts and scars from working with X-Acto knives, but I have had enough to know that it can be painful. Okay. I think we're actually going to need to go a little bit deeper with the... in you go. With the magnet that is going to go into the throne. Come on. Although, actually... So, what I'm doing here, I want to make sure... Gosh, darn it. Magnets, man. They're a great idea, but they're annoying to work with. Alright, there we go. And I know this is magnetized, so this is gonna suck, but... Yeah, we're gonna go in just a little bit more to give it room to hide under some green stuff. Is Emmy an Edgelord Githyanki or a Namaste Githyanki? Well, see, now I'm trying to remember if she's a Githyanki or a Githzerai. You know, she's walking that fine line between Edgelord and Namaste. Like, she's got that Namaste feel to it, but she's quiet because, you know, she's a far traveler is her background. So... You know, definitely trying to stay under the radar. We've actually got a, all right, a little bit more on the drill hill here. Oh, let me actually show you what I'm doing. All right, that should be enough material being taken away. So let's see. Love the whole Gith Illithid theme. Like playing. Oh my gosh, yeah, playing Gith monks. So monks are by far my favorite class to play in D&D. In that same game, so in Storm King's Thunder, I am playing a Drow monk, which I know is a stupid idea because everything I do, ooh. I took out too much. I took out way too much. Oh. That's okay. This is what... Guys, if I ever have the idea to work with magnets again, just tell me I'm stupid and tell me never to do it again. Okay. Okay. Yeah, man. Especially magnets that are this small. It's so annoying. Okay, I think it's time to get green stuff going. I'm gonna finish that story, I promise. But this is actually the first time I've ever used green stuff. All of my experience up until now, I've used liquid green stuff, but I've never used the two-part epoxy version. So this will be interesting. Did I bring? Oh, all right. This is why we work on a cutting board. Anyway, so yeah, she's playing a Githyanki Eldritch Fighter, or Eldritch Knight, actually, which is really cool. And I'm playing, or Githyanki Githzerai, one of the Gith. It's been so long since we've played Storm King's Thunder because right now we're all in quarantine and we can't meet up. And we agreed that we definitely wanted to play that game in person. So we started playing other games on Roll20. I'm actually, oh boy, running the game that we're all playing in right now. But anyway, yeah, so we're both, because, you know, edgelords, everyone plays an edgelord, right? Because no one, no adventurer is well balanced. But we're walking that fine line between, you know, drow, oh, don't talk to me, edgelord, just someone who actually is trying to be a good person and is just dealing with the stigma that comes with his race, and then the Githyanki or the Gith who is here and definitely has some crazy things going on and has to deal with what people think of them. All right, so green stuff. If I know anything about green stuff, you take this two-part, you take the blue and you take the yellow and you mold it together until it's green, and then it gives you a putty that you can work with, and in working with it, you can mold things in. This is me telling you about green stuff after admitting that this is the first time I've ever used the stuff. Well, I can already tell you it's got a much less potent smell than the last epoxy that I used to use for making or molding miniatures. So that's nice. That's good. All right, I think that should do it. Whew. All right. Scott, use tiny magnets, he said. It'll be fun, he said. I'm already annoyed at past me. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome. It's just gonna take some doing. Not familiar with edgelords. What setting are they from? Yeah, I'm trying to think of something clever to say to there, but I got nothing. Oh. From every setting. They they're not confined by your typical constraints. All right, come on. Come on. All right, this is going to work out great. Problem is, I put too much in. So let's pick some of it out. Toothpicks. That's what I 100% told myself. Hey, Scott, remember to get toothpicks to put on the table for things that you're going to need to work with today, because I promise you, you're going to need them. And then I went, sure, Scott, I'll do that. But then you know what Scott did? Scott didn't put toothpicks on the table. Because Scott didn't listen to Scott. Like a fool. The moral of the story is Scott should always listen to Scott. Ooh, actually, you know what? No, we're not gonna say that blanket statement, because Scott also sometimes has really bad ideas. So I don't know. Scott should just. What a stupid thing to say. Scott should just. All right. There we go. And we want to be able to push that down ever so slightly. Yes, 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 yes. A little bit more. Come on, green stuff. Do my bidding. Okay. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to take a little bit more of this green stuff. Slang term for a character who likes to be edgy and surly. Yeah, so you know, that rogue whose family died and doesn't talk about it because I don't talk about it. I don't talk about my past. It doesn't matter. It's typically the voice that edgelords have as well. Now, here's something I will say on that subject. I think it was Marisha Ray, who had a very good point on this, that typically well-balanced individuals don't become adventurers. Well-balanced individuals stay home because home life is good. So there, you know, it's that balance of being an edgelord, but also coming up with a good reason why you are becoming an adventurer. So actually, I would love to hear this. What do you use? What are some typical reasons that your characters use for becoming adventurers? You know, there's the very common "my parents died" trope, which, I mean, sure, it's used a lot, but it's good. All right, I need to get toothpicks, otherwise this is gonna go crazy. So, you know, talk amongst yourselves. I'm still here. I haven't gone anywhere. Everything is fine. Luckily, I have them right on hand. There we go. Did you miss me? I missed you. All right, here we go. Some brilliant multicolored toothpicks that I'm going to be very careful of getting them out so that I don't get green stuff all over my foodstuffs. There we go. Much better. Now we're going to use this. Yeah, that's what I needed. Oh, no. No, no, no. No, no, no. 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 Bad. Come back. Oh, no. Now I can't get it out. Now, I don't mind if... There we go. There we go. I don't mind if you can see the magnet on the underside of this model. Oh, I'm going to try and get this. I am Ozymandias. Hey, how's it going, Josh? Oh, hey, Josh. Good to see you, man. How are you? For anyone who doesn't know, Josh is actually one of the pack members here at the Adventurers Pack. He's been doing a lot of behind the scenes stuff. Um, he's one of our crew that helped us out a lot with our lighting setup. At least I'm pretty sure this is the Josh that I'm thinking. It's otherwise I just apparently just took a random person named Josh and put them in our crew. Um, but anyway, yeah. So if it's the Josh that I think it is, okay. So now what we're gonna do, we've got those in and we've got those sealed. Now we're gonna wait for this to dry. Um, and how long does this take to dry? I have no idea. Let me know if you use green stuff. How long does it usually take to dry? Man, I made a lot more than I needed. Let's make a sword. Anyway, let's see. Usually pick a background of finding hidden lore and usually play wizards. Very nice. That's I like that. And I like characters who are I like characters who are searching for things. You know, it gives the DM a great excuse to give you some pretty good plot hooks. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, it's already getting sticky. All right, and there we go. Come on, come on. Sword. We'll just leave that there to dry. And once that's dry, I'll know that this is dry. And in the meantime, while we wait for this to dry, wow, I just said dry a lot. Let's go ahead and continue working to clean up some of those mold lines. Usually wait overnight before priming or painting. It's usually dry after an hour or two. Oh, good. We picked a great thing to start with. No, this will be good actually. Ooh, here's a little bit of green stuff that found its way onto. Get off of there. Now I'm just going to need it to dry enough that I can test out and make sure that it clicks together properly. Yeah, that way we will. Yeah, that should be good. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I am 98% sure that we just put the proper magnets in on the right angles. So with that done, we're gonna let the rest of them dry. Obviously, as you can tell, this, I mean, it's a brand new mini. We've got some prep work to do on here. We're likely not going to get to painting today. The big thing that I know I really wanted to do was get those magnets in and see how that went. This is definitely my first time working with magnets on a mini, and especially putting them in such like hidden detail as that. There's lots of other minis that I want to do that to. In fact, one of the others that is still in the running. So we definitely, I mean, this mini won. Here we are. Congratulations. If you're watching, you know that this mini won to be painted here on Twitch. But we've still got a couple days before Monday, which means that you still got a couple of days to vote for which one is going to be painted on YouTube. Right now, it's looking as though the dragon is winning. And I want to do something similar to the dragon that I'm doing here. And the reason that I want to do that, I love the model. I love the model so much. And this is not me saying that Danny's design. Well, actually, I forget who designed that model, but Danny's work. This is not me critiquing Danny's work, or at least criticizing. This is me offering something. The decorative base that is on the dragon looks beautiful. It's got some nice crystal structures to it. It's going to be a lot of fun to paint. Unfortunately, it's not the right size for the model, so I can't put that on the table. It is, I believe, the size of that dragon. It comes out to being either a large or a huge creature. And yeah, the model just does not reflect that. So I got to figure out a way to have both a beautiful stand for it to be on, because I can't put that stand on the battlefield. It just won't work. At least not in my mind. I could cheat, and not cheat. I could just get over it and be like, yeah, this is this size, and it takes up these squares. But I like having uniformity on my table. So what I've done is I've got some files that allow me to 3D print whatever bases I need, like whatever base sizes I need. So I've printed a base for that mini. And I want to embed magnets in the base, in both bases, both the decorative one and the one that will be used on the battlefield, and then embed magnets in the feet of the dragon. Some of you might be able to tell where I'm going with this. So this way, when the dragon is on display on my shelf, it looks beautiful. It's got the awesome base with the cool crystals. But then when it's time to use the mini for combat in D&D, I take it off, and I'm able to put it on a stand that is appropriate to its creature size. So that's what I'm going to try and do with the dragon. That's probably what's going to happen on Monday, unless you all decide, nope, we don't want the dragon, we want something else, and just totally vote for something else. Anyway, point being, voting is still open. You can vote on whichever mini you would like to see on YouTube. So right now the options are going to be the Shadow Dragon, the Gorloth, which is kind of like a baby kraken, and the Graveyard Golem. Ooh, there's also some lines back here that I could fill with green stuff. I don't think that my green stuff game is at that level yet. Now I've got some liquid green stuff that I could use to try and fill those areas. That could be an option. Always assumed the Gorloth was one of the generic Reaper terms for Aboleth. Oh! You know what? I hadn't thought about that, but that makes absolute sense. Yeah. Ooh, that's going to change what I was considering as far as painting it goes. I'm going to have to look at some more Aboleth art. Doy, why didn't I think of that? Well done, Dave. See, this is why you're a professor. You got that big brain going on. How's teaching going, by the way? How have you adapted to? Are you teaching from home? Like what's happening? What's going on with that? Let's chat. Let's chill. All right, that's looking pretty darn clean. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so they do have to get around that since the Aboleth is licensed IP. All of those things that they need to get around. Not allowed to, gosh, what's the list? You're not allowed to talk about Gith. You're not allowed to talk about Illithid or Illithid or Mind Flayers, which, are essentially the same thing. Just two different terms. Not allowed to talk about Beholders. Well, you're allowed to talk about them. You're not allowed to make money off of the term. There we go. So let's see. Fortunately for you, online teaching. Oh, brilliant! So you were, look at you. You were already ahead of the curve. Um, you, wow, yeah, that's you were just ready. The school was like, oh God, we got to do this all on online now, and you just went, boom, done, got it. Let's do this. Let's move. All right. I mean, that's feeling pretty smooth. Oop, found some. He's hiding from me. Oh, as long as we're here, one other thing I should mention on the subject of creatures. Um, the newest episode of Bestiary came out today, and in it you can see. Oh, wait, haha. I need to take a little bit of you, Sword. I'm sorry. Blip. Because we got this thing here that needs some cleaning work. And that's realistically something that would probably be better suited for liquid green stuff, but we're here. We got this. Let's do it. But yeah, so latest episode of Bestiary came out today. In it, we finally have gotten to demons. So if you haven't already done so, head over to YouTube, check it out. It's now that we've gotten to demons, we're actually doing. I say we like I have anything to do with it. No, James and Emmy are doing. They talk about 3 demons in one episode, so it's a longer episode. I think it sits at around 18 minutes. But you know, you're getting a lot more bang for your buck. So yeah, there's that. I'm just trying to find little places that I can clean up and fill in with some of this leftover green stuff that I've got. I'm going to try and get these nooks and crannies here. There we go. Oh, see, man, that is looking great. All right, there's that. That's definitely cleaned up. Man, all right. Looks like we got to just go through and let me see if I can't get that little space back there behind the... Actually, you know what? No, we can't. We can't leave that. Because that is most definitely the continuation of the... Whoa, come on. What I'm talking about here, let me see if I can have you see this. There's a very distinct line in the back of the throne right here. And at first I was thinking, that's fine. It's where the seat meets the... it's where it meets the back of the throne. But no, you can very clearly see that there is... that the cloth is supposed to continue there. So we can't let that stand. We gotta take care of this. Emmy and James do a great job. They really do. I'm so happy with the work that they've been putting into that. And I'm also really happy that they decided to continue doing it even through the quarantine. There was talk there for a little bit of maybe not, because they weren't 100% sure, about our tech capabilities. But they really rose to the occasion with that. Like they took what we had at our disposal and are really doing an excellent job. Whoop. Oh man, that stuff really doesn't want to get in there. It wants to stick more to my toothpick, then it wants to go into the place that I want it to go. Okay. So now that I've got that mostly filled, we're not going to leave it like that. That doesn't look great. It looks like someone. It looks like this Drow Empress had a cold and has just been stuffing tissues in the back of her throne. So we need to make this look a little more like folds of cloth. All right. Because this is one of those areas that I'm sure, the Reaper was like, oh, we don't need to, we can hide the mold lines back there because there's going to be a mini on it. And then I looked at this and went, take the mini off of it. Like a fool. Okay. Oh, let's see here. Ooh, man. What monsters are looking for? Oh my gosh, the Illithid is going to be... Yeah, that's going to be cool. Illithid have such a fascinating history. Whew. Man, I need a better sculpting tool than this. Okay. I think... All right, let's use my finger now. All right, let's see here. Stoked for the golems, so many different types. Shoving tissues behind your seat on your throne is a great image. Thank you. The Empress of the Drow can't be seen to be weak, and so they're just like, Your Greatness, can we get you anything? It's like, nope, I'm fine. It's all good. Favorite monster? Yeah, no, yes. Ooh, sorry, I just had like 6 different thoughts there. Yes, no, the Illithid are so cool. That'll be cool. That'll be great. I hope that they end up doing a very long episode just on the Illithid. And then in addition, this is starting to look pretty good, pretty darn good. I may end up. I mean, I'm probably gonna have to sand and get some little work done in there once this dries, but that's looking pretty slick and pretty well detailed in there. Let me see if I can get a good shot there. Yeah, so we've cleaned up that edge line that's in the back of the throne there. And we have now this I mean, this little bit here is gonna definitely take a little bit of sanding to get it nice and flush. But we now have a magnet hidden in the bottom of the person who's gonna, or the Drow Empress who will be sitting on this throne, and the receiving magnet in the throne, allowing me to just click, 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 and it should work out great. I think that's gonna. So we're cleaned up. We've got most of our mold lines gone. We've got the magnets in place. Next thing that needs to happen is this is going to need to take a bath, and it is going to need to be primed. Now there's a big back and forth about whether or not you need to prime your bones. I do it because I like it. In the past, I've had minis that people say, oh, you don't need to prime, you just need to have them well cleaned. And I have cleaned and cleaned and cleaned and cleaned, and the paint still is having some issues sticking. And I found that if I just give them a very quick primer, it doesn't take very long, and I do it light enough that it doesn't hide a lot of the details. I just know for certain that the paint is going to stick. Yeah, so Dave, I'm right there with you. For it makes it better for me. I'm not going to tell everyone that you definitely should and it's the way. If it works for you, do it. You know, it works for me, and so that's why I'm going to do it. I'm going to wash these and prime these off camera. Because once this is primed, it's going to need time to dry. And as much as I love just being here chatting with you guys, we don't just want to watch paint dry. We want to watch paint being put down. I've got some great ideas as to what I want to do with this. I've got some lovely reds that I'm thinking of using for the carpet. I know that Drow love their purples as well. I'm thinking of some lovely greens for these gems. And I also think that these might be a good opportunity to let me play with some object source lighting. I haven't done any object source lighting, so that definitely makes me nervous. And I think because it makes me nervous, I should probably do it. So yeah, that's what the plan is going to be moving forward from here. Let's see what's going on in the chat here. Throne looks great. This has been a lot of work, and now there's a cool map. Yeah, no, it has been a lot of work. A lot of work with no paint actually being put on it, but it does look fantastic. I think the work is going to have it just be cooler. Let's see. Yeah, no, I think object source lighting on these gems would be really cool. So we'll see. So that being said, that we know where we're going to be going next week. This is a really cool start to a I think a really cool mini. So yeah, as I've said, the voting is still going on for what's going to happen in. Oh my God, that bird is so loud. Voting is going on for what will happen in the YouTube video. So go ahead, head over to Instagram or Facebook. Let me know which one you would like to see. Also, I want to thank you all for tuning in for our very first Twitch. This has been fantastic. And we're really trying to grow our Twitch following. So please, 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 the biggest thing that you can do to help us right now is to have more people follow us. So, you know, if you're enjoying what I'm doing, please let your friends know and say, hey, we've got this channel that you should follow on Twitch. We're doing everything that we can to get as many followers. But, you know, it's really going to come down a lot to you all letting us know and letting other people know that you like this content and that you want to keep seeing it. So yeah, let people know. If there are things that you don't like, let me know, because I have the power to change how things go. So any input that you all give is going to directly influence the channel as we continue to grow. I have been recording this, so as always, these are going to be recorded and then uploaded to YouTube later, so you can rewatch all this, but live is going to be happening here every Saturday at 1 p.m. So thank you all so much for joining in. Once again, I'm Scott, and I will see you next Saturday at... Ooh, I gotta figure out how to end these. Yeah, I'll see you next Saturday at the next Painting in Place. Bye, all.